Superman, almost 90 years old, beloved by billions of people, inspired generations, star of comic book and TV and film. But what about song? This video started out because I heard a clip from the song Superman Song by the Crash Test Dummies, which goes, "Superman never made any money saving the world from Solomon Grundy." And I went, what an insane deep Superman pull, Solomon Grundy? When I think Superman songs, I think Kryptonite by Three Doors Down, which just vaguely uses Superman words. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? Kryptonite, yeah! But it's not literally about Superman. I started asking my friends what song they thought of when they thought of Superman, and I expected Kryptonite to be the go-to answer because it's permeated grocery store playlists for the last 2 decades. But they all gave different answers. From the theme song to Scrubs to a Hannah Montana song about being Superman. And I found a list of songs about Superman from supermanhomepage.com, listing almost 700 songs about Superman. And I made it my mission to listen to every single one to try to determine what our society thinks of Superman when he's evoked in song. How crazy of a poll is Solomon Grundy? Are most of the songs just saying, oh yeah, look, it's Superman, I like Superman? Or is there something deeper there? Do they use the imagery of Superman like Kryptonite does? To say something deeper about society? I had to find out. When we write about Superman, what attributes are we writing about? What is the ideal basic form of Superman? Then I realized 700 songs is completely insane, and a lot of them just mention him once and move on, so I narrowed it down to songs titled Superman. If the name of the song is just Superman, what is the song saying? So you, ironically, will not find Kryptonite in this video, just Superman. So for this video, I've listened to all 89 Superman songs I could find, and we're gonna break them down into categories and find out what is Superman. What is Superman when evoked in songs by singers when they title their song Superman? I'm working on the name of the list. It should probably be something simple like, I listen to every song about Superman. Okay, let's start with what I'm gonna call title-only Superman songs. Superman, Black Lace, 1983. This is a dance song. It just lists dance moves. It's like the cha-cha slide, but one of the moves you do is Superman, so it's called Superman. Not helpful for us. Robin Hitchcock and the Egyptians, 1989. I have no idea what the song's about. It seemingly is about a girl and physical relations, and Superman is mentioned. Honorary title because I think they're just trying to be quirky. Jesus Chrysler Suicide, 1995. Polish screamo band or metal band or something. Jesus Chrysler Suicide sang about Superman, and I couldn't understand a single word beside the chorus, which is just, I am the Superman, over and over. Honestly, Jesus Chrysler Suicide, 1995, makes for better lyrics than the lyrics of this song. I also can't play the song due to copyright, but if you want to listen to these, I have a playlist linked below of all of the songs I'm talking about. If you want to listen to them as we go, if you want to listen to them on your own time, if you want to listen to the worst playlist ever made, you can. Despite every song literally having the same title, this is probably the least coherent playlist that's ever been crafted. The Wonderland Band, 1979. It's just the words, It's Superman, set to a remix of the movie's score, I think. Moving on. Phantasmo, 2014. I'm the Superman of sex, that's the entire song. It's just a song about crude sexual activities, and the guy is so good that he is Superman. The singer sounds a little bit like Tommy Wiseau. Okay, so now we're moving on to the category that I call Namedrop/example. Basically, these are songs where, to illustrate a point, they'll make a list of people or evoke ideas, typically grouping Superman in with Jesus or Spider-Man for some reason, and then they continue the song. Or they're just mentioning Superman as an example of the thing that they're talking about. They're not really dealing with his existence as a mythological or pop culture figure. They're just like, Superman, that's a thing that exists. Rick Astley, 2012. The song is about how he's mysterious. He lives above a costume shop and tries on costumes, which I'm sure is a metaphor. There's a line about how You could be my Wonder Woman, I could be your Superman. So there's a woman involved, but it's mostly just him trying on costumes. Toward the end, he says he might be Spider-Man, and then he gets worried and thinks that maybe he's just Clark Kent. Yeah, it's kind of weird how consistently Superman is grouped with Spider-Man as opposed to other superheroes. This will be our only mention of Wonder Woman. Atlanta Rhythm Section, 1973. I think this is a love song. I have no idea. The opening stanza is about wanting to be Superman, being a reporter, stopping trains, etc. But then the rest of the song is about wanting to dance. I wish I was that Superman, stopping trains and making diamonds in my hands. Big reporter man, I'd write all the news today, and it would say, up, up, baby, and away. 'Cause there's a fire in my head, and my feet, they want to dance. And then that just repeats for the rest of the song. One of the things I'm doing is collecting data on Superman-isms mentioned in the songs. So this one is the first one to note because it mentions stopping a train and up, up, and away, classic Superman references. We're going to crunch the numbers at the end about the Superman-isms that these songs mention. Blindside, 1997. I don't know what the song's about. The stanza is, I wish that I could stop playing Superman. I've decided to let the case drop. I'm no Superman. He wants to play Superman, but we don't know what that means in terms of the song. I don't know what the song's about. It's fine. Moving on. Bush, 2001. The song has more Jesus imagery than it does Superman, talking about being crucified and mentioning Jesus multiple times. The Jesus-Superman comparison is not unique or uncommon. Zack Snyder played into that a lot. The more obvious comparison to Superman is Moses, for obvious reasons. He's sent down a river in a basket, he's sent through space in an escape pod, also Superman's creators were Jewish. But I also understand why Americans over the last 100 years went, oh, he can do anything? Jesus. But yeah, the song is about, bad times. It mentions six-leaf clovers, as in, we need, like, a lot of luck. A lot of luck. And it mentions Jesus, and it asks where Superman has gone. So the idea is that everything is bad, their luck has run out, even Superman's gone. We're gonna add one to the Jesus counter. Goldfinger, 1997. So here I am, growing older all the time, looking older all the time, feeling younger in my mind. And here I am, doing everything I can, holding on to what I am, pretending I'm a Superman. The guy isn't accepting that time is passing, he's not invincible like he used to be, and using Superman to symbolize the sort of invincibility that younger people feel, especially younger men. Evil Pimp, 2006. This song is about how his enemies, likely gangsters and also clan members, believe that they're Superman, but his bullets are their kryptonite, and so he will kill them with his bullets, because they're not actually invincible. Bruce Lee Band, 1995. The song is about how the singer looks down at themselves and thinks that they're worthless. The line is, Superman, can you save me from my own insecurities? Lois Lane is also mentioned in the song, so it's good for her. Cool Nuts, 2012. Rap music got me feeling like I'm Superman. The song just has that one line about Superman, that's it. It's just a rap song about how cool and dope and fly and chill he is. He is the Superman of rapping. Thank you, Cool Nuts. The Kinks, 1979. The singer is weak, talks about how his knees are wobbly and he's skinny. He wishes he could be strong like Superman. Morgan Wallen, 2025. This is the most recent song on this list. It actually did not exist when I started the project. I had to add it after the pre-research phase was done, so thank you, Morgan Wallen. It's about a guy who wants to be like Superman to his son. Now and then, that bottle's my kryptonite, brings a man of steel down to his knees. Don't always know my wrong from right. Sometimes I'm my own worst enemy. No, I don't always save the day. But you know for you I'll always try. I do the best I can, but Superman's still just a man sometimes. Oh, sometimes. Second kryptonite mention of many, many more to come, as well as our first mention of the Man of Steel. Company, 2000s. This song has a rare Aquaman reference, although I also found recorded versions more recently where the Aquaman line is omitted, which I find very funny. Let's listen to this, and you tell me if you know where the song is going. Superman, alias Clark Kent, flies so high up in the sky. Aquaman, supposedly the king of the sea, travels about the ocean deep. But there is a name I do recall, the greatest hero of them all. He holds the world in the palm of his hands, the universe at his command. But Jesus Christ controls the sea, the elements, both you and me. He holds the world in the palm of his hands, the universe at his command. I feel like I just got slapped by Jesus. Better turn the other cheek. The Click, 1969. This song was covered by REM, and their version was much more popular. But The Click's version is the original. It goes, I am Superman, and I can do anything. You don't really love that guy you make it with now, do you? I know you don't love that guy, because I can see right through you. So we have the implication of X-ray vision, that's good. The song is also so popular that future songs we'll talk about will reuse its lyrics almost like a response. Robbie's, 1999. This guy was like dating someone, but now he's dating someone else, and he used to feel glued down. But now he has a new girl, so he can go anywhere like Superman. Okay. He also uses Romeo as an example of another character that he feels like. Keith Urban, 2020. When I was with you, baby, I was Superman. Yeah, we were sky high, there was nothing better. The reason that this is in this section and not the next one is because Superman's only one of the things that he names. He also compares their love to Johnny and June in A Ring of Fire. This references Johnny Cash, singer of the song Ring of Fire, and his wife June. We're going to talk later about songs that are entirely based around the concept of, let me be your Superman, baby. And this one squeaks by in this category by mentioning Johnny Cash. Superman's only one of the examples. Man of Steel, Hank Williams Jr., 1983. I'm cheating a little by including this because it's not just called Superman, but Man of Steel as Superman's subtitle is close enough to me, so I'm counting it. If Zack Snyder can do it, I can do it too. Hank Williams Jr. is a legend in American culture in general, and so this autobiographical song, comparing him to Superman, is just like the pure Americanness. It starts about talking about his father, who died when he was 3 years old. His first wife left, and so it talks about how emotionally closed off Hank Williams Jr. is. We get these lines. So I kinda got toughened up and hard learned not to feel. They started calling me the Man of Steel. And my friends all call me Superman. I never let a woman get the upper hand. Lord, I don't know now what I'm gonna do. The Man of Steel's done got the blues. Superman's supposed to be tough, and so Hank Williams Jr. has to have an exterior of steel. But what do you do when you're trying to be Superman, but you're all sad, 'cause a woman left you? You can never let yourself feel again. New Riders of the Purple Sage, 1972. This is a hippy-dippy western song, and I don't know what it's about, but it mentions Superman once before going on to be about a love song. It just mentions Superman as someone who can fly. If you'll share the air with me, I'll tell you what I see. Butterflies are in the skies, and the leaves are on the tree. And Superman is flying by, he won't say how he gets that high if you don't believe. Laszlo Bane, 2000. When I first mentioned this project to my friend and asked him what he thought of when he heard Superman, I was expecting everyone's answer to be Kryptonite, but he said, the Scrubs theme song. And I went, Scrubs? That's one of my favorite shows. I didn't know you watched Scrubs. And he said, I don't. And I said, oh, okay then. So yeah, this is the theme song to Scrubs. It's about a guy living a normal life, traffic, a new job, his wife is working late, but these struggles seem insurmountable to him. Every chorus ends with, I'm no Superman. As in, only Superman could handle the wild, wacky, modern world of 2000s traffic. But as the song goes on, he's able to help his wife because of the power of love. There's no references to Superman or his abilities or his cultural status. Superman is just a strong person. Love Split Love, 1994. A guy is depressed. World is bad. God is gone. Superman's gone. What if I lie to myself? I bit off more than I tell. What if the grass stops growing green? Superman, where have you been? It's just sad. Marry Me Jane, 1997. This song is either about a miscarriage or a lost child or a suicide. Basically, someone died young and the singer is very sad about it. No one can say who you might be today. You could have been Superman. You could have been an idiot. You could have been the second coming. Now we'll never know. Louis Matters, 2015. To quote the singer of the song, so I got together with two friends of mine and thought we should write a fun tongue-in-cheek type of song. We almost wrote it as a kind of joke, trying to put as many stupid lyrics in it as possible. The line in the song that evokes Superman is talking about his girl and says that she's fly like Superman. Haha. Spider-Man is also mentioned. The singer says that he is stuck to his girlfriend like Spider-Man because Spider-Man is sticky. Mims, 2007. They call me Mr. Fly, I keep the S on my chest. See, I move faster than a bullet, so I can hold you down. I could jump big buildings in a single bound. That's why they call me Superman. Super duper lover. Imagine what the boy Mims do beneath the covers. Okay, so one of the categories I'm making is references to the old intro to the Superman show. The whole, faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. I'm clumping all those together. So this song is the first to invoke leaping over tall buildings and being faster than a bullet, which is pretty cool. I guess by process of eliminations, that means that when he's under the covers, he's more powerful than a locomotive. Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg, 2009. Willie Nelson was injured and had to spend time at home for a few months recovering, and too many pain pills, too much pot, trying to be something that I'm not. Superman, Superman, trying to do more than I can. I ain't Superman. He would later release a version of the song with Snoop Dogg, because of course. Unwritten Law, 1996. I don't know what the song's about. It might be that his girlfriend's cheating on him, I'm not sure. But the chorus, seemingly unrelated, is, "Aw yeah, I'm Superman, a three-piece suit and master plan. Here I come to save the day." Here I come to save the day is not a Superman quote, it's a Mighty Mouse quote. This entire song is confused, and I don't know what it's about. Skee-Lo, 1995. The song is about how the day he started rapping is the day he became Superman, because he's so good at it. He also makes other pop culture references, like, "I'm your idol like Michael, so won't you beat it? I'm deader like Shredder, I joined the Foot, now I can't be defeated." So Michael Jackson with the song Beat It, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the Foot Clan and Master Shredder. Not Master Shredder, Master Splinter. Shredder's the bad guy. The chorus is the only part that's actually Superman related, with the exception of this one line. "Put your gun away, Superman don't run away. See, I got X-ray, I can spot you like OJ on the freeway." So being Superman is the same as being good at something. He also has X-ray vision. If you've been wondering why I'm putting these songs in this particular order, which are obviously not going by year of release or alphabetically, the answer is that you should just start minding your own business. Sandy Thom, 2006. It's a love song about not needing Superman. "I don't want the sun, don't want you to run, don't want Superman, don't need Wonderland, just want you to love me." Stereophonics, 2005. The song is about someone who's full of themselves and probably in a position of power that the singer just cannot stand. He hates them. So there's lines like, "You look like Jesus on an airplane, your head's against the window pane. Superman on an airplane, sitting next to Lois Lane." And then segues into things that they did that are not things that Jesus or Superman would do. Also, apparently the song was played on Smallville, the Superman TV show, but it's called Superman? Okay. Season 5, Episode 7. I've never watched an episode of Smallville in my life. These credits look like they're straight out of the 2000s, like it's not even funny. Like a parody of this. This looks like a parody of a 2000 show. This looks like what people think Buffy the Vampire Slayer looks like. It's funny, because if you have subtitles on, you can tell that the name of the song is Superman, so I'm guessing that they're gonna play it as, like they made a deal with the singer of the song to be like, "We'll play your song on Smallville," but they're gonna cut it before it actually mentions Superman, because that would make no sense. Wait, nope, never mind, they sing the Superman line, they sing the Lois Lane line. Does she even exist on the show? She shouldn't exist on this show. She doesn't exist until he goes to Metropolis. How is there an in-universe... The song's diegetic, it's on the car radio. How is there a song on the car radio Clark's listening to about himself and Lois? Is that Spike? From Buffy? What? Sunset Sons, 2019. The song is about a bad younger man, who the singer is telling is not Superman. So what's the use in telling lies? You gotta know you're wrong from right. Take a look at me, might find a better man deep inside. Are you sick of stacking up false parts? Are you sick of beating up girls' hearts? And if you tear it apart, you gotta realize, little boy, you ain't a Superman. Taylor Swift, 2010. This is an interesting one, because it's using Superman as a metaphor for the boyfriend character, but it's not vague the way that most of them are just like, my boyfriend is Superman. But the specifics also exclude it from being about the literal Superman character. The song goes, "Tall, dark, and Superman. He puts papers in his briefcase and drives away. He's got his mother's eyes, his father's ambition. I wonder if he knows how much that I miss him." Taylor Swift should know what Superman's parents look like, because they blew up on Krypton. Now, because this is Taylor Swift, and Swifties are insane, and the lore goes really deep, we know that this is a song about John Mayer. But based on other songs on this same album by Taylor, we know that at this point in the quote-unquote story, Taylor hates John Mayer. So lines like, "Something in his deep brown eyes has me saying, he's not all bad like his reputation, and I can't hear one single word they say." So from the perspective of the song, she singing it knows that she, during the events of the song, was being sycophantic. Right here, wishing the flowers were from you, wishing the card was from you, wishing the call was from you, 'cause I loved you from the very first day. So he's Superman to her because she's a stupid young girl watching him with reverence. But in the context of the album, we know that this is a delusional way of looking at John Mayer. So the song internally seems to be contradictory, but within the context of the album, it's not. Superman is once again being used as a good, strong man, and thus, isn't it bad that she looked up to this man as if he were Superman, but he turned out not to be? Also, the DC League of Super Pets movie has a Taylor Swift song over the credits, but it's not this one. It's Message in a Bottle. Why didn't they just use this song? The song is about Superman. They obviously don't care about having songs about Superman in their Superman media. They put a Superman song in Smallville. An Emotional Fish, 1994. Superman is name-dropped in the chorus, but the song is about how the singer wishes that he could be good for his likely child or possibly his wife. Other examples of things he wants are to be a pilot, and to have a fleet of angels, and to have big pockets to hold all the good things that the person he's speaking about has said. Atmosphere, 1999. This is a rap song that uses images like flying and super strength to tell the story of a guy who sees his drug buddies on the street, and then goes to give one of them a fist bump, and it kills him, and then he goes home and he kills himself. And the line is, "A superhero's true weakness is themselves. I need to lower my expectations. I never said I was Jesus, now I'm Superman." We're now going to move on to the next category. This is by far the largest and most common type of Superman song. I can be your Superman, I can't be your Superman, you should be my Superman, or you can't be my Superman. Let's go. Using Superman as a metaphor or an illusion about your relationship. You surely will not get boring very quickly. Black Coffee, 2010. A woman is in love with a guy, says, "Can you be my Superman?" over and over and over and over. Eminem, 2002. There's a rap song about a guy talking to a girl, basically saying that he can't or won't be her ideal guy. He won't be her Superman. At least not in a relationship type way. But he can be her Superman in a sexual type way. The line is, "They call me Superman, leap tall hose in a single bound." Brown Boy, 2005. It's a song about how I could be your Superman. "I can love you like no one can. I can be your Superman. Just take my hand, let's fly away. I promise I'll be there every day." Nick Carter, 2023. Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys wants to do better for his wife or something. "You might think your heart is kryptonite, but I'm the one who's drained. You know that all I want to do is rescue you from this burning place of pain. I ain't nobody's superhero, but I can be your Superman." Cinerama, 2000. The song is either about how the boyfriend doesn't feel good enough for the girl, or about how she's too demanding, so like, he's not good enough because her expectations are too high. And that sounds just like a job for Superman, not the lazy slob you think I am, because nothing I could do is ever going to be quite good enough for you. But there's no Superman illusions. Once again, Superman is just a good boyfriend, apparently. Joe Brooks, 2010. A guy loves a girl and wishes he could be her Superman, but he just can't be. "If I could be your Superman, I'd fly you to the stars and back again. 'Cause every time you touched my hand, you feel my powers running through your veins. But I can only write this song and tell you that I'm not that strong. 'Cause I'm no Superman, I hope you like me as I am." Let's take a pause for a moment, folks. I'm gonna ask you, fine people at home, what do you think the most common Superman reference is? Maybe you've already noticed a pattern. I think you should leave your guess in the comments about what you think the most common type of Superman illusion is. You should also maybe subscribe if you think it's pretty cool that I'm making this video for you. That I subjected myself to listening to Barbra Streisand coming up. Mary Chapin Carpenter, 2018. A girl wants a guy to be her Superman, and what's good about this song is that it actually uses real Superman imagery to get its point across. No, you don't have to save the world. With X-ray eyes and cape unfurled, simply whisper in my ear again that you're gonna be my Superman. Brothers 4, 1960. This starts off like a spoken word song along the lines of Alice's Restaurant, and then it sings the same line over and over and over about a kid who likes Superman. The repeated line is, "Paint me up in crazy colors so I look like Superman." The song's also in Spanish, and in Spanish it would translate to, "Paint me up in colors and call me Superman." So while it's not about like a boyfriend, I don't know what it's about actually. So it's going here. Dale Hawkins. Every source I could find says the song was released in 1997, which is obviously not the case. Dale was born in the 40s, and by the quality of the recording, it's very apparently older than 1997, almost certainly from the 60s or 70s. It's possible it was unreleased until 97, but it certainly was not recorded in 97. The lyrics are, "When I kiss you, I feel like Superman, but I'm as weak as a lamb." Randy Rogers Band, 2000. So there's a couple, and they break up, and then they meet up again after the breakup to have a conversation, and the man is still coming to terms with the end of the relationship. "I just want to be your Superman, save you every day. But I can't be too familiar anymore. Well, I guess it's time for me to walk away." Elijah Henry, 2000s. I couldn't find a release here, but based on this comment, it seems to be from the early 2000s. It's a "Hey girl, I'll be your Superman" type song. "You are the world, I'll be your Superman, and you be the world that I'm saving. She's like his kryptonite because she makes him weak, etc. It's all the same." The Highway Beautiful, 2006. "I'm not made of steel, I'm flesh and bones. A locomotive has more power than I do, but trains can only go where men have said the tracks can be. I don't know what's ahead of us. No one does except Jesus. But just remember, I can be a Superman for you." Okay. I'm a man, and Superman is Superman, and I'm no Superman, but I'm still pretty cool. That's what the song was. Donna Fargo, 1973. Seemingly the man in the relationship calls himself Superman, and she's like, "Yeah, okay, you're full of yourself." There's a reference to him walking on water, which is weird, because there's nothing in the song about Superman's powers, but we do get Jesus's powers, I guess. Donnell Jones, 2009. "I've been your Superman for too long. You will find you had good things when it's gone." Yeah, so this is just the man in the Donna Fargo song. "I'm Superman and I'm too good for you. You always thought you were Superman, but you just kind of sucked." The Ides of March, 1970. The first stanza is, "Faster than a speeding bullet. You're able to leap the tallest building in a single bound. More powerful than a locomotive. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere, I'm always around. Well, I'll be your Superman. Give you super lovin' every chance that I can." Super lovin', cool. This is also our first song that has a phone booth reference with, "Hop inside my phone booth and I will change for you." I don't know what the innuendo is, but I'm sure it's there. Rowan Keating, 2006. "Don't you know I'm no Superman, but I'll always be your man." That's just some inspired stuff. New ground is being covered by Mr. Keating, thank you. This song is technically called Superman/Supergirl by Killing Heidi in the year 2000. And I decided to count it because it has a slash there. "Could you see my, would you be my Superman?" That's the extent of the Superman imagery. Very cool, but Supergirl does exist. We're gonna add her and Wonder Woman and Spider-Man and Aquaman as characters that have been mentioned so far. The Nick Carter song actually starts with the phrase "The Flash," so maybe that's a reference to The Flash. David Rice, 1998. "A guy likes a girl, he calls her current boyfriend a Superman, saying he's gonna crush her hand by accident. She needs a new hero to land." Charlie Wilson, 2023. "I was the one needing saving, put my cape on my back when I felt unattached. When I was at my lowest, you saw Superman. It's a bird, it's a plane, call me your Superman." Genius, I love the pun. At my lowest, genius, love it. He is her Superman, even when he doesn't feel like it. It's a good spin on the "let me be your Superman," because she's saying that he's Superman, but it's from his perspective. Great perspective on this very tired trope. Chico DeBarge, 1997. "A guy has sex with a woman, wants her to tell her friends that he is Superman. The whole song is about sex. Toward the end is the line, 'Girl, I hope you understand that I'm your Superman. Gonna love with my kryptonite style.'" Every source I could find on the official lyrics for this song have those lack of capitalizations, and also that spelling of kryptonite. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but there it is. Sean Desmond, 2002. I'm a nice guy, but the last guy you were with hurt you. But I'm gonna be nice. I am your Superman. That's not the actual lyrics, but it might as well be. Uptown Sinclair, 2001. This is about a girl in an abusive relationship, and the singer is like, you should leave him, and ironically calls the abusive boyfriend Superman. The official YouTube video from the band for the song only has 268 views, but we don't discriminate around here. If your song is called Superman, I will yap about it. Volcano, 1981. A girl is singing about her man, saying that he wants to be called Superman, I think. I could not find the lyrics to the song, and the recording is not ideal for hearing words. It's also from 1981. Janice Wee, 2005. Gonna love you till the end. I pray that you could be my Superman. At one point, it also says that he's her kryptonite, so I guess that makes her Supergirl. Nope. Nope. Scratch that. Nope. Moving on. Odie, 2008. I couldn't find lyrics or any sort of studio recording of this song. It seems that Odie is a small Irish musician, and so there's only live performances of her music. It's a love song about a guy, and she calls him Superman. He's running through her dreams, and at one point he's flying through the air. Jana Long, 2002. It's a love song where the man, get this, is called Superman. You got an S on your chest, baby. If I'm in pain, I won't complain. Little Miss Lane will call your name. Will you come runnin'? All I really need is love that's guaranteed. Oh, don't ever let me down. Would you be my Superman if I give you half a chance? Los Lonely Boys, 2008. She's my lady, I'm thinking maybe. I'm gonna do what I can. To show her that I love her, I really need her. I wanna be her Superman. For my baby, I'm her man of steel. I can't deny the way she makes me feel. This many songs in, I'm just like, oh, I get it. You're like her Superman. Oh, he ended a line with the word can. I wonder what that's gonna rhyme with. Luna Halo, 2000. A guy gets a girlfriend and thinks that he's Superman, but there's a lot of pressure, so he doesn't know if he can live up to it. And I hope you wake up and do your best to understand that I can't be your Superman. I can't be your Superman. Lyrical Joe feat Mr. Drew, 2022. Baby, I be your Superman, I save you. Superman, I catch you. Superman, I take you all over the world. No need for you to even think of itself. Cross for you, I go be your Jesus. We balling and getting money like a baby jet. So baby, give me a baby and I'll buy you a jet. Shakespeare who? And no, that's not a typo, there's no elf in self. The Matches, 2004. There's like a teenagers and the guy has a crush on her and he's like, I'll be Superman if we got together, but then during the song they don't get together. Alanis Morissette, 1991. A woman wants to find her Superman. During the events of the song, she does not. She mentions that she wants to be loved like Juliet, so maybe she can date that guy who said that he was Superman in Romeo, and together they'll be a perfect couple. Roger Troutman, 1981. The song opens with, I am Superman, and I can do anything. And this is a reference to the Clicks song Superman, the one that started with I am Superman, and I can do anything. Later, he has the line, I am Superman, and I know just what's happening, which is again a reference to I am Superman, and I know what's happening. The song then goes on to be a love song where he's in love with a girl, and he has X-ray vision, so he can see through her, and he can fly to her heart, because he's Superman. Jeff Strand, 2009. I think the guy's girlfriend in real life is named Lois Lane, so he obviously wrote a song about him being Superman, because why wouldn't you? But you know I ain't no superhero, just a common man that loves you down to your soul. You know I ain't no man of steel, in fact I ain't that strong, but I promise you I'll never do you wrong. You be my Lois Lane, I'll be your Superman. Barbra Streisand, 1977. When we're in love, I'm Superman. I'm not a bird or a plane, I'm Superman. I hate the song so much. Robin Thicke, 2006. Robin Thicke sounds like he could play a version of the Joker. Just FYI. There's a million people underneath the sun. I'm pretty sure there's billions of people underneath the sun, Robin. That can find a million more and never find the one. There's a girl who did, says she's a socialite. Was on magazines and was the shy type, baby. But I'm a Superman thanks to Lois Lane. Kissed away my problems when I went insane. Fished me from the bottom when I lost my name, and I never thought anyone could ever love someone so much. Robin, you ended a line with the word socialite and did not, at any point in the song, rhyme it with kryptonite. What are you doing? I googled Robin Thicke to find the album art while I was editing the video, and the first photo that pops up is this. When you search his name, this is the first thing you see. Well, that's the end of that section. That's the I'll Be Your Superman Baby songs. So now we get to the good stuff. Songs that are actually about Superman. As in, they're commenting on the character Superman. They're saying something about him. Let's get to them. Crash Test Dummies, 1991. This is the song that started this entire project. Superman never made any money for saving the world from Solomon Grundy, and sometimes I despair the world will never see another man like him. The song is a eulogy for Superman in universe happening after his death. The music video has like a crying Wonder Woman in it. Sometimes when Supe was stopping crimes, I'll bet he was tempted to just quit and turn his back on man. Join Tarzan in the forest. So the song uses Superman and Tarzan to make a political point that I'm too American and too not living in 1991 to understand. But the idea, so the internet tells me, is that Tarzan, being brutish and living in the jungle, is like the right-wing candidate, and Superman, being selfish and doing good things even though it doesn't make him any money, is the left wing. So while the song goes really hard as an in-universe lament about Superman's death, it's intrinsically tied to this moment in Canadian political history. Also, fun fact, this song was written before Superman's very popular death in the comics, but like only by a few short years. Kinda crazy. Mitch Allen, 2002. The song is literally about what the singer would do if he was Superman, but contrasts that with the idea that Superman likely wishes that he could just be a human and not have to deal with the problems that he has as Superman. If I were Superman, I could fly to heaven and see all that was beautiful. I would never want to come home to another disaster or some new catastrophe. No, the world doesn't need another burned-out superhero to be its galactic refugee. No, I don't want to be Superman. He wants to be me. CKB, 1978. This is actually just a song about Superman. He works for the Daily Planet in Metropolis. He is Clark Kent. The song came out the same year as the movie. This is basically just like a theme song for Superman. Imagine the opening credits to a Superman TV show, just singing, I'm Superman, I'm going to work, my name is Clark Kent, and I can fly. Chalk Circle, 2013. This song is about Superman, and he can fly. There he goes, flying by. Also, I can't find lyrics to the song online, which is kind of interesting because they're specified as being missing. A weird aspect of big research videos like this one is always finding out what hasn't been cataloged online and what has been. Like, the song is there. If someone wanted to, they could just type out the lyrics and post them on Lyric Genius, but no one has bothered to. Of all the songs ever been made, this is simply one that no one has done that for. The song also ends with the introduction to the old Superman radio serial or TV show. Dune Rats, 2014. If the lyrics are taken literally, it's about Superman flying and getting the bad guy, and that's it. It's just a song about Superman doing Superman things. Celebi and the Buzzy Bunch, 1977. There's a girl, and she's in love with Superman. But unlike the My Boyfriend is Superman songs, I think this is like, in-universe, she's actually in love with the real Superman. You get so deep inside and wow, you warm me up, it's super then. I want to shout again and again, Superman, I love you, Superman. So yeah, it's either that she's really in love with Superman, or she's just being much more metaphorical about her man being Superman. I don't know. Excelsior, 1973. Superman, Superman, better do the best we can. Superman, Superman, go to sleep with the plan. Superman, Superman, turn around the cape so far. Something, something, world peace, Superman's gonna save us. Next song, Les Variations, 1975, 2 years later. In this song, Superman is symbolic of the United States. It's also in conversation with the Excelsior song that we just spoke about. Its chorus goes, Superman, Superman, we all do the best we can. Superman, Superman, you still have another chance. Superman, Superman, turn around, your cape's on fire. Red, white, and blue, who are you? Do you know? I don't think so. Better find out just who you are, or you won't get very far. You can fly right to the moon, but your cities are all in ruin. Superman, Superman. So while the Excelsior song is just about Superman doing the best, this song is about, actually, America, get your act together. 5 for Fighting, 2000. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the first song most people thought of when I said songs about Superman. It's probably the most popular one besides Kryptonite, which does not count because it's not called Superman. It came out in 2000, but the imagery and the tone were very applicable to a post-9/11 America, and so it got really popular after that. You can read the song as it literally being about Superman, or more likely, you can read it as a person trying to live up to having a Superman-like feeling, to having the feeling that Superman would. I'm more than a bird, I'm more than a plane, I'm more than some pretty face beside a train, and it's not easy to be me. I'm only a man in a silly red sheet, digging for kryptonite on this one-way street. Absolutely iconic song. I think using Superman as a character in a song is such a cool thing you can just, do, which is so much more interesting than the My Lover is Like Superman songs. This is the category that I really enjoyed sinking my teeth into when I was listening to the songs and writing the script. Commodores, 1974. Faster than a speeding bullet, jumping buildings in a single bound, known throughout the country as the baddest man around. 'Cause I'm Superman. I'm Superman. Yeah, of these, in-universe Superman songs, or just about Superman character songs, some of them do just end up being lists like this. Freddie Fisher, 1942. Superman, Superman, the guy with the terrific muscles. Superman, Superman, his blood is one big red core puzzle. The song is actually about Superman, like as a guy. This could be an in-universe song or his theme song. I'm actually not sure. It might be. The record mentions the cartoon. This is also from 1942, which is only 4 years after Superman's creation. I googled all the lyrics and could not find them anywhere. I've left them all in the description in case anyone wants to make a page on Lyric Genius or something, but it's so wild that googling key phrases on the record and the lyrics to the song don't come up with any results. There's another line later in the song where it compares Superman to Popeye. Superman, Superman, no bullet is made that can scratch him. Superman, Superman, just show him a crook and he'll catch him. Superman, Superman, compared to him, Popeye is puny. He doesn't need spinach to fight to the finish. What a man, Superman. So I guess fictional character power scaling and death battles were always a thing, even back in 1942. Dino, Desi, and Billy, 1966. This is a song about Superman, and Superman, as we all know, is not a bird or a plane. Look, it's the birds. No, it's some other group. It's an intercontinental ballistics missile. No, it's Superman. Who is the man you can't ignore? It's Superman. From Budapest to Baltimore, it's Superman. I like the joke in the beginning, where they say the birds, like the band The Birds, as opposed to it's a bird, it's a plane. I get it. This is 1966 humor. Good stuff. Sister Hazel, 1997. I think the song is from the perspective of Superman first catching a criminal, one night, one town, where there's just one man and he throws his bag down, then he runs away just as fast as he can, and then he falls to the ground and he waits for Superman, here I am. And then the next verse is him helping a woman. Another town, well there's just one girl, she's looking all around. And then she cries out loud, just as loud as she can. Then she falls to the ground and she waits for Superman, here I am. And then he stops a runaway train, I don't know. Another town, well there's just one train, she's full and loaded down. She sputters once and says, I think I can. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And as they slide down the hill, well, they wait for Superman, here I am. So yeah, I think it's just Superman catches a crook and then saves a lady and then stops a train. Down by Law, 1996. The world is bad and there's drug dealers, and the singer says that he wishes he could be Superman, but he can't even fly. Yeah, I want to be like Superman, but I can't seem to fly. Now life can be a drag sometimes, no matter how hard you smile. People pushing drugs, they're looting and killing. Herbie Mann, 1978. Superman, we love Superman. Do it to him, Superman. We need you, Superman. Superman, you make me feel like the queen of the world. Superman, you make me feel so special when you're zooming down and up around. You're flying oh so high and wow. One of the comments on this video talked about how they heard the song as a kid and then couldn't find it again. Like, a sleepover? Oh my god, I thought I dreamed this song. I was in 6th grade, sleeping over at a friend's house, and in the middle of the night I woke up and heard this song playing. The room was really dark and the song just echoed in the room. I'd never heard it before nor since. I thought it was just a really strange dream, but it's an actual song. I'm gobsmacked. Lost media or missing media searches in the 80s must have been the most irritating thing in the world, because you couldn't just Google it, you couldn't find it. You had to hear it once, half asleep in the 80s, and then find it again on the internet in the 2010s. Also, I don't know if, again, this song is literally about Superman, or if they're just saying that their man is like Superman. Allison McCallum, 1972. Superman was born and came into my life like a fire, shooting through the sky, flying to the moon, even going higher. I know I'm going to have to get you, trying as hard as I can, to get my Superman. Another song either about their man being metaphorically Superman, or the singer being in love with the real Superman. Eddie Meduza, 1981. This is from the perspective of a boy who's a fan of Superman. It's unclear if he actually exists in Superman's world, or if he just has a make-believe Superman fantasy. Yesterday I saw you flying across the sky, and I told my mother, but she said I lied. But I know it's true, I saw you, flying there in the blue. Yes, it's true, oh so true. Storm and Her Dirty Little Mouth, 1990s. It seems that everywhere, the criminals are winning, in places like Washington, D.C. Oh, and that's the beginning, yeah. I would love to see the world, and I would love to change the world, but Superman, don't you think that it's time that you came back around just to make it all right? This is a The World Sucks, Please Save Us Superman. I think it only aired on a local access TV station in the 90s. Man, if she thinks that the 90s Washington, D.C. is bad, she should wait until the entire next 30 years of her life. I wonder where this lady is now. And finally, Monty Montgomery, 2004. This is an actual modern-ish song that's just about Superman. This is just a rock song about Superman in the Fortress of Solitude, fighting big monsters and saving the world. It's just a song about Superman. People look in the sky for the Man of Steel. He can make the impossible real. Like, if you want to hear a 2000s rock song about Superman just being awesome, here you go. That's where I want to end this. This is a nice song, and we genuinely haven't had an in-universe Superman's gonna beat up the bad guys and save the day song since 1942. Pretty cool. Wow, it sure would have been nice to have exactly 90 songs for that list, but unfortunately we don't. There's only 89 songs that I could find named Superman. But if you want to write the 90th, here are some statistics. I don't think it should be a surprise that the number one thing mentioned in songs about Superman is his ability to fly. 28 songs out of 89 mention Superman flying, and I assure you that most of the ones that don't are just because their only mention of Superman is him being their boyfriend. 36 of the songs are those "My Lover is Superman" or "I Will Be Your Superman" type songs. But because those get old and stale quickly, I would recommend that you, 90th Superman songwriter, steer away from that topic. Only 4 guys, Company, Willie Nelson, Crash Test Dummies, and CKB, seem to know that Clark Kent is Superman, but 9 know that Lois Lane is dating him, and 1 knows that he works at the Daily Planet. Then again, only 2 even mention that he's from Metropolis, so maybe Superman's identity is safe. Only 2 songs talk about him going up, up, and away, but 8 say, "It's a bird, it's a plane," and 11 know that he's faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, and able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. I did separate being bulletproof from this, because 5 songs mention that he's bulletproof, and 3 mention specifically stopping trains, as opposed to just being as strong as a locomotive. 9 singers know about his weakness to kryptonite, and 3 know about Krypton, but thankfully, only 2 know where to find him in the Fortress of Solitude, and only 2 more know that he changes in phone booths. 9 singers know him better as the Man of Steel, and 3 know that there's an S on his chest, and Jana Long is in the middle of that Venn diagram, so it's possible that she thinks that the S stands for Steel, Man of. Only 4 people talk about his cape, which is kind of crazy, especially given that the song from the 40s specifically mentions that he doesn't wear any odd clothing, so it's like he doesn't wear a cape in that song, I guess. And 2 songs bring up Spider-Man, so maybe they're just confused by which capeless superhero they're seeing, but probably not as confused as the 7 songs that bring up Jesus. As far as powers go beyond flying, we get 8 mentions of X-ray vision, and 1 mention of his ice breath. The thing that surprised me the most is that despite mentions of Spider-Man and Wonder Woman and even Aquaman and the questionable Flash reference, 0 songs reference Batman. And that might be because our perception of Batman and Superman is just that they're the opposite sides of a coin. So a song that will use Superman for its imagery likely would not use Batman because it's trying to be uplifting, and so you don't use Batman for that. Going through songs that have 83 years separating them has been a wild experience for me. Superman has existed in this really interesting span of time because our modern society sees World War II as this pivoting point from, like, history to the modern day, and Superman debuted right at the start of the war, and he's been relevant ever since then. There's been Superman movies and TV shows and comics for 80 years. I have a video about the Superman-Spider-Man crossover comic book that came out in 1976, and at that point, Superman was seen as the oldest superhero, because he basically was, and he was at an ancient 38 years old. And Spider-Man was the new kid, because he was only like 14 years old. And now, we're almost 50 years after that comic came out. Superman was old when he was 38 years old, and that was 50 years ago. And we're still talking about these guys, and we're still writing songs about them. I love Spider-Man, I'm basic, he's my favorite superhero, but Superman is a piece of American culture, and basically, at this point, a word in our dictionary. When I see a song named Superman, I imagine it more as being a song about, like, a guy, a mythological figure. Someone from folklore, not a copyrighted character by a major movie studio. Speaking of major movies, yes, obviously, I released this video this week because the movie's coming out. I hope it's good. I wonder which one of these 89 songs they'll play in it. I hope it's the Phantasmo one. Be sure to be nice to each other in the comments. Consider supporting the creators you admire. Never lose sight of the things that are important to you. And I hope you agree that this was a good idea. I would like to thank my patrons: Brandon, Lauren V, Morgan, Nan, Scott, Sophie, Suka, and Wooly, as well as Billy, Chamikon, Klaus, Copacker Fan, Eliza, Halmar, Johnny the Night Guard, Kira, Lauren R, Rose, Sebhar, Thamagata, World's Greatest Bard, your boy Peachy, Zany Face, and Zimmy, as well as Emily, Gremlin, HHD, Jinx, Jose, Mustard Shirt Guy, Rolo, and Riley, as well as Ellie, Jojo, Jeannie, Mariuna, and Ray.